Meditation on 20th Sunday in Ordinary Time on August 14th, 2022. Burn everything you can. How long have you been running? And what have you engraved on each journey so far? What did you write today in your unfinished diary? Today, I opened the door to meditation with these questions. I don't know what the number will be on the last page, but I hope that my heart and gestures with all my heart today will be recorded in the diary called life. Even though I am well aware that life is only given once, I often feel regretful and sorry for myself to repeatedly experience weakness that burns like a flame and then collapses again. I look forward to a distant destination and hope to take a step forward. But how easily am I swayed by the strong winds of sand or rain that I encounter before I get there? When that happens, I try to pull out an old diary in which I wrote the meaning and dreams of life that no one else can replace. These are the records I wrote to myself, including the prayers that brought tears to my eyes, the passion I made to stand up again in the face of any difficulties, and the reasons I couldn't give up. In order not to be ashamed of the dream filled with that prayer, passion, and reason, and knowing that my life is never my own, I work hard in the hope that I can reach the end. Let us persevere in running the race that lies before us. Consider how he endured such opposition from sinners, in order that you may not grow weary and lose heart. What is the stumbling block in our lives when we want to build a burning passion? The difference between the purely expected ideal and reality, the pain and sorrow of the conflict and wounds we have to endure between people, the emptiness of losing the person and something we treasured, the extreme loneliness that we cannot communicate our hearts with anyone, and doubts about the existence of God due to all of these. At that time, are we saying that our lives are so-called exhausted? They were all burned out, leaving nothing but ashes. However, all beings in this world reveal their meaning not only when they maintain themselves, but rather through the process of love, giving their everything. Just as a fallen flower bears a fruit when the flower withers away, and when leaves that has been luxuriant turns into fallen leaves and rots with manure, the heat is added to a tree and becomes a guarantee of new life. That life does not end in extinction, but leads to hidden life. Therefore, I believe that the desire to take on a new challenge at any time, no matter how difficult it is, will energize our will and enthusiasm without getting weary of discouragement. I have come to set the earth on fire, and how I wish it were already blazing. Do you think that I have come to establish peace on the earth? No, I tell you, but rather division. That flame will strengthen and purify our will toward a world that we breathe and build together with ourselves, despite the temptations we will experience in it. Instead, it may be peaceful if we unconditionally accept what is given from above, and live without any problems, even in the evaluation of others, under the grand name of obedience. It can be considered as proof of my holiness, as if it were consistent with the teachings of the gospel and without contradicting the teachings of the church. Ever the desperate reflection on what it is to be a truly awake person shakes the soul. a humble reflection on whether the world, society, community, family, and ourselves are truly living in accordance with the will of God, makes this possible. Rather than dwelling in the easy piece of thinking that it's always okay, it takes courage to expose ourselves nakedly to the question, what kind of person did I really want and still wanna be? Because when that happens, we have to face our own shame and cut out the part that actually needs to be changed while taking the pain. Therefore, the division between the me I took for granted and the me I have to change is also a very difficult pain. Regarding this, Saint John of the Cross told us about the flame of purification in the parable of burning wet wood. Of course, wet firewood doesn't burn well. It won't even catch fire. However, if you do not give up and light a fire, there are times when a lot of pills buried in the firewood flows out and becomes dirty. It would be disgusting to look at. However, as the roaring flames are added, the pills also burns into the flames and disappears, and the firewood burns red, adding light and heat. In the same way, when our soul longs for the spark of the God's Word and the grace of the Holy Spirit and is transformed into a fervent passion, the deep wounds and pains in our hearts and the remnants of indolence that have forgotten the Lord due to the complacency of the world will be burned, and we will be reborn as pure souls. Don't choose the peace of staying where people say, "That's right." Rather, life matures and deepens only when we add a reflective question, is this really what it should be? I'm sure that when we devote ourselves more and add value to life, it will be a meaningful life that leaves a better message for the one we love. Shouldn't it be a life that can be written on the last page of a diary that will someday be written as a life that was worthwhile with all my heart to burn everything, rather than just a life that came and went? Before going to sleep today, what memories do you leave in your diary?